Shalom, everyone, and welcome to this week's Israel Update. I'm Joseph Good from Hatikva Ministries, and with me I have Gila Trebich, and she is longtime friend of ours and of GLC. Led many tours, and beyond that, she is just knowledgeable in everything that you can think of. We also have Roy Shaposhnik, who is the head of the Barak Brigade Association. He is the deputy commander of the Reserve Barak Brigade. And he has just returned from Gaza, and he's got some fresh news for us on what's going on there as well as other places. Roy?
Shalom, everybody.
Okay.
Hi, everybody. Hi, Roy. Hi, Joe. Hello to the wonderful viewers of GLC.
And Roy, you just got in from Gaza, and
Yep.
you told us right as you came on that lots happening. So tell us, bring us up to date. What's going on?
So, as I just entered my house about 5 minutes ago, it's been a very long week. So we are working very hard in Gaza as we speak. Right now, if you all remember in our previous discussions, the brigade, 3/4 of the brigades is actually in Gaza and actually fighting to finish the Morag corridor. If you all remember, it's the parallel corridor to the Philadelphia corridor. And yesterday we have sent down from Syria border the 74 battalion, which is going to join to the rest of the 188 brigade.
Yes.
The main thing and the main reason that we are doing it is to create some more massive pressure on Hamas. We have some serious indication that this pressure is doing extremely well, and we are now preparing ourselves to start treating or dealing with the uninvolved population in Gaza. So
What
we are
do you
doing?
mean by uninvolved?
Well, we have intel that we know who is involved as a part of Hamas and the Islamic Jihad.
Okay.
We have intel that we know that people that are more innocent and really want to live in peace, if I may say that word over in this occasion. So what we are trying to create right now is to create a safe zone that is going to be between Philadelphia and Morag. And in that area, we will pass through checkpoints that will be conducted by the brigade and also by American companies in order to make sure that the people that are crossing from the center of Gaza into the south part of Gaza are not relevant, not people that are associated with Hamas or any terror activity, and they will get humanitarian aid, tents, and the capability to start rebuilding their life over there.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the first time since the 7th of October that Israel is literally paying attention into that area, and they understand that they will not be able to do that anymore through Hamas. If you all remember, the humanitarian aid in the beginning went through Hamas hands, didn't end up at the hands of the citizen. It literally went to Hamas hangars or warehouses.
Storage places, yeah.
And actually, that was the massive problem. So the pressure is there. We have a lot of indication that Hamas is actually suffering from it. We already see massive demonstration and riots that are becoming more and more real from all over the Gaza Strip, from the north to the center to the south, that the people over there are saying Hamas needs to get off with their weapon and actually to finish their activity. To add to that, I can tell you that Hamas indicated for the first time that he is willing to a part of let's say a much bigger negotiation process. They are willing to withdraw from any kind of control on Gaza and to lay it over to the Palestinian Authority. Those are serious indication, guys. That was never on the table from Hamas.
Yeah.
And I think this is a part of some heavy things that are going on a daily.
Heavy pressure, heavy
On a-
pressure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
Now, Roy, is there quite a bit of fighting that is taking place still?
Yes. So first of all, I will share with you two sad stories. So on Saturday, we had a very sad terror attack on one of our jeeps, which Hamas fired an anti-tank missile on the vehicle. The driver, a Bedouin soldier, got killed on the spot. The commander of the platoon, Lieutenant Nurit, a female officer, got injured. Unfortunately, she lost her right leg, and they're still fighting for her left leg. I was very fortunate to meet her father yesterday, Joshua, in Bellinson Hospital. And I have to tell you, I came over there, to come and to support them, but I got more encouraged and more with a much better feeling after talking with the father and the family. They are so high motivated. They understand what Nurit has done. They understand what is the mission. And that is actually was very inspiring. I was so amused about it. I was, it's so moving internal to see how a father that his daughter that got married 3 weeks ago, and he was dancing with his daughter 3 weeks ago, and she just lost her leg, and to talk to the father and to hear his amazing spirit, I'm going back to your t-shirt, Joe, Am Yisrael Chai, all over again. It's amazing to see that. Yes.
There was an expression. You told me the story before we came on, and there was an expression that you used in Hebrew.
There is an expression in Hebrew that you say, "Bati lechazek veyatzati mechuzak." So, Gila, do you want to give that translation?
Yeah,
quickly?
it would be I came to encourage, to support, to get courage, to give courage, to support, and to give courage to the family. And they encouraged me and supported me more than I did.
Yeah.
Now,
More than I did to them.
I understand that this young woman, she's, I think, 24 years old.
Yeah.
And she was wounded right after, this isn't her first time to be wounded. She was wounded right after
that's her second time. Yes, you're absolutely right. On the 10th of October 2023, as a part of her duty, she got injured for the first time. That's actually her second time. Her father, Joshua, said to me yesterday, the story that you never believe that the lightning will strike twice on the same place.
Yeah.
So he said, well, I guess it does. Yeah, but that's what happened on Saturday. Unfortunately, I'm sharing it with you right now. It hasn't been published yet, but I know that this video will be released only in the next day. So I can tell you that unfortunately we have one soldier that got killed today at noon from a sniper that shot at him. Things are not easy in Gaza. I know that it's becoming like third or fourth on the row of the news. I mean, it's not something that opened the news anymore. Gaza is a war zone. we are fighting over there. If people think or believe that things over there are becoming calm, absolutely not. You can't even imagine. I went today to Nahal Oz base, and standing over there, by the way, today is the Holocaust Day in Israel, standing over there, seeing the live images, not footage, live on my own eyes, where the soldiers got burned alive in the Nahal Oz camp, hearing the bombs from Israeli artillery on one side, imagining that this is today the Holocaust Day, and I am a second generation
Memorial Day, yeah.
survivor. And you know what? This is more surrealistic than you can ever thought.
Yes. Yeah.
And I have to
This-
just say one last sentence, Joe. You know, Holocaust Day is the Holocaust of a nation that didn't have a country. And what we had on the 7th of October is an Holocaust Day of a nation that had a country. But for me, both of them is a Holocaust Day.
Right. Right. And this, this is why that each week we ask people to donate to the David Fund, because that equipment saves lives
Absolutely.
and saves people from injuring. I believe we've got a video of some of this equipment.
Hello, we want to say thank you very much for the new vest we got. We're here in Gaza, Chapak Samchat Bet. We want to say thank you. Helps us very much fight here, protect Israel. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
What you can see here are six guys of our commander special escort team that we have sent them. If you all remember last week, I shared with you that we had a serious purchase of 60 units immediately to the reserve. The guys that you saw over there are reserves, and we have sent them the devices, the bulletproof vest,
I'm sorry.
which is very important. And once again, to all of you, I mean, your support is, you see right now. I mean, you saw the video. We will edit in the post the video with the audio, so you will be able to hear it. But
Right.
it's going straight to the people in the field.
That's right. The vest you saw the soldiers wearing were
Yep.
purchased with the funds that people donated that listened to this broadcast. And so a great big thank you. And you hear the thank you from the soldiers. Now, there's other news. I think things are happening in Jordan. What is going on there?
Yeah, so Jordan, guys, we are talking about it all the time. I mean, in Jordan right now, beside of the problems that the king has with the Palestinian people over there, the Jordanian Secret Service caught more than 35 Muslim Brotherhood members that developed rockets and UAVs on Jordan Kingdom land. They immediately arrested them, and they are right now taking them out of the becoming illegal organization. And that's
Right. They banned Muslim Brotherhood. It's an illegal organization, like you said,
Yeah.
from now in
In
Jordan.
Jordan. Yeah.
And we all need to remember the Muslim Brotherhood is a massive player in Egypt. We all remember at the end of the day who assassinated Sadat.
Yes.
And doing that is a serious say by the king towards the people that he is not going to play around. And I think it needs a lot of courage. But again, the sensitivity in Jordan is still very, very fragile. It's there. Things are not simple. And I think we all need to pay attention to what's going on over there.
A lot of the viewers might not realize that in Jordan, so much of the population is actually is Palestinian.
Palestinian, yeah.
Yeah, almost 50% of the country, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, yes, you're right.
And so that support for Hamas, support for being enemies of Israel, has a strong base in that country, and all it'll take is something to ignite everything. And so,
Right.
to watch this this Muslim Brotherhood, it is a hot spot, a place that we need to keep our eyes on. I would say to even pray for King Abdullah,
Abdallah. Yeah.
because it needs to be handled on the Jordanian side.
Correct.
And that would be far better than Israel having to go in or the United States having to go in and
Absolutely.
do this. So, okay, now, big question all the time is Iran. And there's been negotiations going on with Iran between the United States and Iran. Israel's not a part of those negotiations, is it?
And it's funny that you're saying it. Actually, right now I got a push message that President Trump just announced that the negotiation with Iran are going extremely well, and he's very optimistic about it.
What does that mean?
Yes, what does
That's
that
a
mean?
good question. That's a very good question. So we need let's split Iran into two important elements. Iran is doing right now a direct negotiation with the United States without Israel involved. Yes, Israel is giving their opinion through the Americans. There is no doubt about it. The second part is Iran proxy that is keep on pushing Israel to the limit, and that is the Houthis in Yemen. We have suffered in the last week from 3 missiles that has been fired upon Israel. One of them, for the first time, was aimed to the north part of Israel. The reason I'm saying it is because it's different. Until now, they fired into a specific area in the center of Israel, mainly to create a disturb to the airport, Ben Gurion airport, and things like that. But all of a sudden, they started to fire directly to the north, which shows that they are trying to show to Israel that they can cover the entire country. The problem with the Houthis is that the Houthis are getting instructions by the Iranian. The Houthis are not doing things by their own.
Right.
Having saying all of that, United States, the coalition that we have in Aden Bay is doing a massive job, a very good job. The Americans has attacked one of their main seaports, one of their main oil fields, and created some serious damage over there. So, if I'm trying to imagine what's going on here, we have the right hand that is trying to talk, let's talk peace, but on the left hand, we are talking business, and we are actually fighting you guys. Guys and the viewers at home, I'm still standing behind my opinion that attack in Iran will happen soon. I know
It's
that
imminent, huh? You've been saying that, yeah.
Yes, I still believe that it's going to happen.
Let's hope so.
There has been on New York Times, it's been a report that Israel was on the way and President Trump stopped that. I am not really referring into it. I'm not sure about how much is real or how much it's leaked out of a purpose. But personally,
Right.
I believe that Israel and the Americans will attack in Iran in the very near future. So that's going on in Iran. That's basically where we are.
Coming back to the Houthis, you mentioned in our last update that they were moving through Africa towards Sudan. Is that
Yep.
still happening? And
That's still happening, yes.
how will that change? I know that Egypt certainly doesn't want the Houthis. Uh,
Nobody wants the Houthis. By the way, I remind you that ISIS was in the Sinai Desert. For the
Yeah.
Egyptian, it was the biggest threat ever.
Problem,
And
yeah.
Egypt addressed Israel and asked Israel Air Force to eliminate ISIS in the Sinai Desert. So I think the Egyptians are fighting that as we speak, as long as with the Sudan and other governments in Africa, nobody will allow force as the Houthis to get into them or near to the Israeli border because from an obvious reason, it means that Egypt does not control their country anymore. It's the same as we are saying at Lebanon. If you cannot control Hezbollah, you cannot control your country.
We can,
We can, yes, absolutely.
right. If you can't, we can.
yes. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just been
But it's-
released in the public news right now about the soldier that got killed in Israel. So yeah, sad. Sorry.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, last week you also had mentioned about that things were changing in Lebanon. You just brought this up, and so what's the status there?
So in the Lebanon parliament, as we speak, there are still conversation about disarming Hezbollah. It's becoming more and more real. The Lebanon army is taking more control on more Hezbollah facilities and confiscating more weapon, money, and some other assets that belongs to Hezbollah. The Americans and the French government is deeply involved in this process, and I'm a little bit optimistic, I have to tell you.
Well, you had mentioned that that Hezbollah was saying that they would agree to peace if Israel will withdraw from these 5 locations.
They didn't use the word peace, Joe. They used the word that we are willing to disarm and to not being any more military or militant activity. That's what they said. The word peace is a curse in the Middle East. Nobody used that beside of the Israelis.
Yes.
Sorry,
Right.
guys. You have to be realistic.
With
Yeah,
Hamas,
that's true.
with Hamas being weakened daily, with Hezbollah becoming ineffective, a lot of the strength of Iran is certainly being weakened.
That's
And
the
so-
idea. That was the idea.
Of course.
Yeah.
I agree. And that's the idea. And we all need to remember this giant octopus called Iran lost 7 out of his 8 arms. And that's not a joke. Sorry, 6. They just left with the Houthim and themselves.
Right.
Right.
And,
Right.
and I think that we will deal with those two in the very near future. As I said it earlier, guys, if we need to change this Middle East issue, and we spoke about it, Gila said it in the previous session, that we have showed to the world that we are becoming strong again, specifically in this very difficult neighborhood. We need to do that. We need to do that also. We need to go ahead and to do it.
Yeah. Yeah. And we have to change the balance of powers and restore balance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of things that are bright on the horizon, but at the same time, it's been at a cost.
Correct.
You just got notification that the announcement on a soldier that was killed. We spoke about this young woman, 24 years old, just married, that lost one leg and will possibly lose the second. And so people, we still need the help to purchase and to pay for these life-saving vests and the plates that go inside them. At times we need to purchase helmets and things, but your donations to the David Fund all of this goes over to the soldiers, and I'm going to be hopefully tomorrow sending over another $4,000, and so. But we need for people to be constant in helping, or to, if you can only help one time, do that. We need to join with Israel, and we need to join with the soldiers in the fight there. And so you can, the little, what do you call the things in the
barcode.
The barcode.
QR code, yeah.
The barcode, you can scan that, or you can go on your server to JerusalemTempleStudy.com/David Fund, and please help as much as you can. Gila, you have anything you want to add? And Roy, we're
No,
down.
we need to pray for the soldier who's that she should come out as well as possible. Medical help in Israel is excellent. I'm sure that they're doing their utmost. And we want to thank you for your prayers for the army and for all the help and all the support that you are showing. It's very important. It encourages us, and it enables the soldier to fight more safely. And we are extremely grateful.
Just want to add to what Gila said. 16 reserve soldiers who got this brand new bulletproof vest. The look in their eyes, the lightning that they had in their eyes, the fact that they knew that we have you guys supporting them and giving them what they need. Through this online video, TV, I will never be able to express what was the feeling. But I have to tell you from the bottom of my heart, it's unbelievable. Your support and what you guys are doing to us is something that I will remember that for the rest of my life. I am driving like crazy from one side of Israel to the other. We are trying to do our utmost to be there for them. And I know that you guys are standing there with us, and it's priceless. And for me, I'm speechless. And thank you so much. Toda rabah for everything.
So everyone, they'll do their job, and let's do ours. And so shalom, shalom, and remember all the victims of not only this Holocaust, but also the Holocaust out of Europe, but the Holocaust in Israel last year. Okay, shalom.
Bye.
Goodbye.